And I'm gonna have to log in. Fucking logged me out for no reason. Why is your background Michelle? It's over.
Oh, hide the like recommended videos. I think there's more to it. Oh, and
Oh,
there's me. And because I'm a narcissist, I'm gonna tweet again.
good. Do it.
Oh, I can't type because I'm
You're
married.
very drunk.
Shut up.
You're absolutely wasted.
But I need to be a bit quieter um now because I have neighbors and stuff. Oh, I knocked my mic again. I'm sorry, Mike. Okay,
You're
so
saying that in an Australian accent, like, sorry, mate.
sorry, mate.
Throw another shrimp on the barbie for me.
I mean, it's fitting because Crash Bandicoot is from Australia or that area. So yeah, let's unpause the game and let's continue. I got past the part that I was stuck on before.
Did you though, or did you use cheats?
I didn't use cheats. Oh, fuck's sake. I used skill, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But then I forgot what skill for fuck's sake. Okay, I'm no longer doing the drinking rule, by the way, because I don't have a lot of mixer left.
What were you drinking, by the way? I forgot to ask.
Vodka and Co-op's own Dr. Pepper knockoff.
Oh yeah, you said that that was a bad combination to make.
It is the Dr. Pop, as Co-op calls it, is fucking awful.
So Nick said that when he was setting Jack's stream up, they found a way to stop, you know how my chat on the side, it breaks words apart when it goes to a new line?
Yes.
They found a way to change that. I was like, oh, do tell. And he's like, I don't remember. So I said, he smells, and he's like, grab Jack and ask him to do it. So I just had a vision of me reaching down the computer and just grabbing Jack and being like, Nick says you know some shit. Tell me.
Tell me now.
I'll give him an ASCII ask.
But the main reason I wanted to chat on is just because, especially with the Sonic Adventure, Bucky helped quite a lot with that.
I know he's here in chat, but he's not said anything.
Oh, I just got blown up by TNT.
You're so fucking good at this game.
Yeah, but at least it didn't count as a life because it was in the bonus room. Yeah, so I wanted the world to know that Bucky helped me with that, and then thought, yeah, it looks all right. Found a decently nice background.
Yeah, I like your one.
Yeah. Again, I literally just searched background on Google Images, and this was in the first page.
Yeah.
But I thought it fitted Beyond Good and Evil well enough, so.
The good thing about yours is as well is you could just change the background to anything you want.
Yeah.
I suppose that still applies to mine, but Nick's made mine a the whole thing's a solid, so my name and the links and stuff, my Twitter and stuff, that's all embedded onto the image.
All right.
So I'd have to physically get Nick to change the parent base of it. And then after that, I could change what the text says or change the image. But for this, for my one, it's just a solid thing. But the text underneath it is actually just a text layer in OBS.
Yeah.
So you've got one for playing Crash Bandicoot. So I just made that and then made it the same font as the other words in the thing. So yours is the same as mine. It's got your name and a little bit of flavor text underneath. Do you just use yours for what you're playing?
Yeah.
I usually just, since like it's normally in the like bit right above the stream, so like yours says that you're playing Crash Bandicoot. I usually just use mine for like funny anecdotes to go underneath it. So at one point it was like, when all goes wrong, blame Nick, because me and Nick were streaming. But like I don't know how Nick thought it up, but it's a really good system. Because like on the bottom right of yours, you've got room there for like putting a webcam up if you ever needed that for something, or like you could do what I've done and put like Twitter links and stuff there, or if you're doing like a charity stream or whatever, you could put like a little timer down in the corner.
See, like my big aim is like.
Sorry, I thought you were gonna say my bae. I was like, sure, don't do that.
No way, no
My
fucking
bae.
way. But like,
Michael Bay?
like one day, if I ever get like decently big enough, I would love to do a charity stream. So I would use it for that. But I just wanted to use it because I wanted to chat and I wanted it to look pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I beat the level.
Like, if you know how people do that thing where like they contact a charity, like fucking, I don't know, like any charity really,
Yeah.
and they like say, I'm gonna be streaming for 24 hours. Anything I make will go to you. I would definitely go along to someone else's 24-hour stream, or even if I was hosting my own, like have other people come in and out, or like sit with me the entire time. I would absolutely do that. Like, fair enough, it's the excuse of getting to play games for 24 hours in a row, which I assume would get boring after maybe 23 hours and 59 minutes. But, like, also just, like, the being there and hanging out with other folk would be really cool as well.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it alone.
Sorry. I just read something that I feel you would have put on your gravestone.
What?
My brass size should be C4, because these are some bomb-ass
Oh, I need a t-shirt with that on it. Oh, I remember the trick with Dog-A-Thon. Okay, I'll never die again. I forgot you could spin attack the boulders he throws at you.
Oh. Turn down, my co-pilot screams, trying to grab the airplane's controls from me. Turn down for what? I scream back as I Icarus this bitch.
Oh no, I spin into a TNT. It's dynamite.
Did you win the fight?
See, Dog-A-Thon is supposed to be the easiest boss because you can really cheese it, but I completely...
Cheese it.
Cheese
So,
it
Stuart,
real good.
You know about Rooster Teeth, right?
I bet. I like the Achievement Hunter more than anything else.
Yeah, so like, you'd agree that they probably have one of like the best workplaces in the world, right?
Yes, definitely.
I would honestly love to work with them.
And it
I
helps
know
that they
that's
just
kinda
seem like
like
a bunch
general.
of like cool people as well.
Like they all fuck each other around and stuff, like
Yeah.
during videos and stuff, but they all really honestly like each other, which is a nice bit.
Yeah. And like their GTA stuff is phenomenal. Like their heists for GTA 5 is like the best thing they've got.
Yeah. Also, have you noticed that, like, this is slightly off topic, but have you noticed that there's you know how there's like the Smash Brothers voting for the new character,
Oh yes.
for the new DLC? Have you seen that Reckless Safety Notice Man is one of them?
Really?
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's like vote Reckless Safety Notice Man for Smash. Side special, Reckless Flailing. Neutral special, Vaz and Friend Projectiles. Up special, Reckless Tornado Riser. Down special, Imitating Just Dance. And then his final smash is removing the safety strap. Pros, appears in every single Wii game. Forceful, careless fight style does not allow adequate room. Cons, kids might try this at home. Oh dear. It's just so good.
See, the thing is with Smash the way it is right now, they should just put in a few like silly characters. Though
Yeah.
the only character I really want is Waluigi.
They've said that he won't be a character.
Then
Or,
that's
like,
bullshit.
it's very unlikely because he's already a Smash trophy.
Yeah, but like of all the people, like Waluigi would totally
Waluigi.
use an assist trophy of himself.
his final smash just needs to be him going wah.
And everyone just falls
Just
over dead.
wipes the entire screen.
Wah!
Wah.
But he's like the best character. Why would you not have him?
If I can find the post, I'll tell you who's like in the top list for it. Because I don't know about you, but I use Tumblr quite a lot.
Yes, I have a Tumblr account, but I don't really post on it much.
Like my my blog doesn't have many followers, but I'm an admin for a Red versus Blue blog, and there's like fuck knows how many. I think it's like 3,000 odd people follow it. So I occasionally get folk being like, "Oh, by the way, here's this thing that I know you're interested in," and someone like linked me to a list of the front runners for the like Smash Brothers the DLC. Like, oh, they had a special word for it, and I forgot what the funkin' word is now.
It's called like fighter registrations or something.
It could be. I'm just with the words.
See, English is hard.
Pizza Steve. Sorry, I just saw Pizza Steve and it makes me laugh. Giovanni eating a sandwich.
Well, that'd be a good Smash character.
Yeah. I don't want another Pokemon character. I think that the amount they've got now is enough.
Yeah.
And I also don't want like another Donkey Kong or something character. Or like Mario character. I want it to be someone from like a different series for once.
Like, preferably that goes completely on the, like, left field. They've said that any character, doesn't matter if they're ever been in a Nintendo game, any character is available for, at least for suggestion.
So the front runners on the Smash Brothers viable contenders list are King K. Rool,
Okay.
Inkling, Wonder Red.
Oh, Wonder Red would be amazing. Or anyone from Wonderful 101.
Chibi Robo. I don't know where he's from.
From
Isaac
Chibi Robo.
Something. He's got like yellow hair. They want Paper Mario, Crystal from Star Fox, Cranky Kong, Andy/Sammy, some Duke of the Wrench, Sceptile from Pokemon, which I don't want,
No.
Darunia, Dixie Kong, Impa, Blaziken, Birdo, Captain Toad, Hades, Geno, Custom Robo, Halucha, Mona, Wart, Machamp, Black Shadow, Fee, Elite Beat, Chorus Man, Harmonite, Fossil Hunter, Porky, Rick, Fawful, Mac Rider, Mallow, Waddle Dee, Doshin, Egado, Linebeck, Stanley, Captain Rainbow, Groose, and Lanky Kong.
Oh, Groose would be awesome.
I really want it to be Wonder Red. That is an amazing suggestion.
Yeah, because obviously I've not played with one of them, but I've watched the entire Let's Play of it, and that game is phenomenal. But yeah, like, the Wonderful 101s, like, there's a few of them would fit in with the, like, me template you get.
Yeah.
Like, Wonderful Red would be the Brawler, Wonderful Blue, Wonder Blue would be the Swordsman, and Wonder Green would be the Gunman. So even if they do like one that's just like the Wonderful 101, but just switch between those three characters.
That would be cool. Like, they've said, fighting Chancers already appearing. These characters already appear in Smash Bros. 4 and cannot be... I think it says revamped, it's quite small text, and reintroduced as paid DLC without great work. Maybe next time. There's Midna, Dylan, Takamaru, Waluigi, Skull Kid, Shadow, Ashley, Starpy or Starfy, I don't know. Girahim, KK Slider, Nabbit, Ridley, Magikoopa, Tingle, Isabelle, and Excitebike.
See, Ridley, for some reason that's like the one everyone like demands.
Everyone really wanted Ridley.
But he'd be terrible.
He was a boss in one of them. And then there's third-party characters. Although not impossible, the chances of one of these characters appearing are slim to none. These are like Nintendo kind of ones. So you've got like Professor Layton, Banjo-Kazooie, Bomberman, Rayman, Bayonetta. I won't read them all. I'll just read the ones that are important.
Yeah.
Beautiful Joe.
Oh,
Phoenix
Beautiful Joe would be
Wright,
awesome.
Shovel Knight, Goemon, the Black Mage from Final Fantasy, Amaterasu, Tails, Knuckles, and who was it? Cooking Mama as well. And then in the comments, people put, "Where is Goku?" and "Where is Solid Snake?"
See,
Remember
like,
Snake was in Smash Brothers.
yeah,
He was one
but
of my favorite characters. I liked him.
like my flatmate really hated Snake in Brawl.
Your flatmate's stupid. Get him
Yeah,
out.
I liked that, but I think because according to him, they basically made the entire game look more realistic, so Snake could fit,
Mm-hmm.
and it looked a bit, but like even just have Snake look really out of place. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, like the the problem with some of the ones they suggested there with like Amaterasu and that is they've all been in Marvel vs. Capcom, so they wouldn't pick those anyway because there's already a fighting game with them in it.
Yeah.
If I had to pick out of like say they were doing 3 characters from that entire list of people who they wanted in, the ones I would definitely want in, like I don't know about Snake, like he's already been in one, so I could technically place him. So if I couldn't pick someone who's already been in it, like as a playable fighter,
Yeah.
I'd probably pick definitely Wonder Red.
Yeah.
Then Wonder Red, Waluigi, because his fighting style would be quite fun.
Yeah.
Because I sometimes
Waluigi, yeah.
I want to have like Wonder Red, Waluigi, and maybe like Impa
Okay.
from Zelda, or maybe Harmonite, just for it being a different kind of fighter. You know who I wouldn't put in the game?
Mario.
It's like a fighter.
Who?
Fucking any more Mario characters.
Nah. And
Like, I
he
get
says
the
Echo the
Mario
Dolphin, by the way.
Fucking Echo, yes. I played through Echo the Dolphin and Echo the Dolphin 2 so much on the Xbox Mega Drive collection. The only game, like, you know how that game obviously came with achievements?
Yeah.
The only achievement in that entire game I don't have is beating Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
See, like in the Mega Collection, I have like 2 or 3 trophies, I guess, because I've got the PS3 version, and beating Mean Bean Machine's one of them.
You need to come to my house and beat that game for me so I can 100% that game.
Oh, like it was frustrating as fuck, but it took me like to beat Robotnik took about like an hour of solid like restarting. It was fucking awful. I never wanted to relive
Yeah.
that.
Like, that's the kind of achievement I don't like, where you're forced to like literally be the best.
Around.
That's always going to keep me down.
I like the game, but it'd be a much better game just playing multiplayer rather than trying to beat the bullshit AI.
Yeah. Like, oh, what game was it? Oh, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon had an achievement for getting to the #1 on the world leaderboard. The
Bullshit.
single one-man leaderboard, and I think it's like the team leaderboard or something. So you literally had to be the best player in the world to 100% that game.
No,
So only
that
people
is
who
a
got
bullshit
the game early
achievement.
and shit. The thing is, they were only worth like 40 gamer score as well. But, like, the folk who got that game first got that achievement just for like going on and winning a match.
Yeah.
See, now if you were to go on there, you'd have to hack your fucking Xbox and get like ridiculous score. Like, hold on, if I go to the hardest 1000 gamer score games, hardest games to 1000 gamer score on the Xbox. Well, there's Guitar Hero 3 because you have to beat Through the Fire and Flames on Expert.
But that just takes practice, really.
Mhm. There you go. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter. You have to get to the top of leaderboards in every multiplayer mode.
Ugh. Oh wait.
Earth Defense Force 2025. You have to beat the game with every class on every difficulty. That's 4 classes by 5 game modes with maybe 6 times 80 levels.
Fucking hell.
So it's 80 levels, 5 different ways with 4 different classes. I'm actually going to bring up my calculator and tell you exactly how many times you'd have to play it for that. So it was, what? 4 by 5 by 80. 5 by 80. You would have to play the game 1,600 times.
Easy.
1,600 different things, even. Unreal Tournament 3, you have to win 500 ranked matches and play 100 games of each game type. Which, you know, isn't that bad if you were really into the game. Like, I dare say there's been games that I've beaten 500 ranked matches in. Oh, Quake 4 has a similar, harder one than Unreal Tournament, which is to play 5,000 ranked multiplayer games. Which, you know, isn't winning them, you just have to play them, but
yeah,
still. Dead Rising comes to mind. You have to do many playthroughs, then spend 14 hours completing 7-Day Survivor in one sitting. Fuck that game.
I like Dead Rising, but I've never played beyond like an hour or 2 into the game.
Yeah.
But I've watched a Let's Play of it, like the whole thing, so... Dead Rising 2 is a very good game, by the way. Like, if you're put off by Dead Rising 1, like, 2 fixes everything.
Mhm. Like, I really liked Dead Rising 1, like, for the first hour of the game. Just, like, you know, you're running about and just smashing things. That was fun.
I think the biggest issue with Dead Rising is the time limit.
Here's a really hard one. One that I'm actually determined to get is Ninja Gaiden 2. You get 40G for finishing the game 8 times over. Now bear in mind that game is hard as fuck.
Yeah.
You got to complete the game using only the Dragon Sword, complete it only using the Lunar Staff, Falcon's Talons, Dragon Claw and Tiger's Fang, Kusarigama, Eclipse Scythe, Tonfa, and the Vigurian Flail. So you have to beat the game using each one of those things on its own through the whole game, and you get 40G for it. Where is it? There was another one.
Oh, this is this level might be a bit painful to watch.
I'll be fine. Final Fantasy XI is apparently the longest 1,000 gamer score you can get.
Well,
Not hardest, just takes the most time.
Yeah, that's an MMO though.
Blue Dragon's apparently quite difficult. I've got that game.
From what I played at Blue Dragon, like, I got about 2 discs in, and I have about 30 gamer score. So yeah, I can imagine that being a bit, like, hard to get 1,000 on.
Apparently Fear has an achievement to beat the entire game without dying. And someone was like, oh, that's unthinkable. And people are like, I've done that on my first try just by playing smart. I'm going to look up what the achievements are for Final Fantasy XI, actually. Final Fantasy XI achievements. It won the VGX Game Award for Best Multiplayer Game.
Well, like, apparently it was a very good game, but I could never get into it, because mainly it's an MMO that wasn't World of Warcraft.
Holy shit. So there's reached level 75 with every class, which there are a lot of them.
Yeah.
Bard, Beastmaster, Black Mage, Blue Mage, Corsair, Dark Knight, Dragoon, Monk, Ninja, Paladin, Puppet Master, Ranger, Red Mage, Samurai, Summoner, Thief, Warrior, White Mage. Singular achievements for reaching 75 with each one. Reaching rank 10 in various different places. Achieve 100 in a synthesis skill or fishing. Achieve the highest mercenary rank. Complete all the missions. And earn certain titles. fuck that. That involves you literally maxing out every character type.
And especially since it's a game that's quite hard to learn. Because it doesn't hold your hand, from what I experienced of it. It's not like World of Warcraft, where it specifically tells you, oh, you know, we'll ease you into your class easily. No, it just says, oh, go on an adventure. Fuck off if you can't do it.
Yeah. It's like, if I go to my... Hold on, I've got to find it.
But 14 is supposed to be fantastic, but I've not had a chance to play it. Like, since they had to remake 14, it's been very well lauded.
Yeah, my friend Stephen plays it a lot. He says it's really good.
It's basically what brought Square Enix back to being a profitable company. But I have a free trial of it for the PS4, but I can't figure out how to log in. That's kind of a problem.
Nice.
It's like, it just won't let me log in.
There we go, me on True Achievements. Let's see if it's updated. So apparently my gamer score is 65,538. So among all my friends, I have the highest gamer score.
Nice.
With Martin from the Beard Network being underneath me, then my friend Steven, and then... Well, actually no, there's folk like Nick who are just the same as me.
I know I have about like 20,000, I think. But I don't think actually I'm friends with you on Xbox, so...
I don't think... The last time I played a game and got an achievement was in January. I've completed 2 Xbox 360 games and completed 5 arcade games. As in, like, 100% of them.
Yeah. The only...
Because, like, DLC comes out for games, and then that voids it.
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
See, like, I should have 1,000 points for Oblivion.
Yeah.
But, in true Bethesda style, one of the achievements glitched out.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the fighter guilds achievements, so I'm stuck on 9,000, no, not 9,000, 990.
Oh, nice.
But that's, I didn't have any of the DLC for the 360. I've got it on the PS3, like the Game of the Year edition, but that has no achievements whatsoever.
Well, it's like I 100%ed Gears of War 2, Halo 3, there's a couple of other games as well, but then DLC came out, so it voided the fucking
I know
100% achievement.
Mass Effect 1 and 3, I did everything you could in the game. But because you had to play through them multiple times, I never got anywhere near 1,000 points.
Ah, that sucks.
Also, this level is one of my weaknesses.
Oh.
Yeah, because it involves timing and remembering patterns and stuff.
I'll pass on that.
I'll be okay
haven't
until
got
I
my
get to the bouncing barrels. What did you say, sorry?
Said I haven't turned my Xbox on in a while, actually.
I think the last time my Xbox was turned on was like last summer. That was just because I wanted to play one of the Guitar Heroes.
Like, I could plug it in just now and play it, but then I'd have to unplug something that my computer's using, and I don't want to.
Like, I have my flatmate's Xbox, but I don't really sign in with myself on that unless I'm... Like, he's mainly just got all the Rock Bands and Guitar Heroes, and then Fable Anniversary. Because I've played a little bit of, and I just died because I'm an idiot.
I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Stuart, can I be bothered turning around and reaching over to my bag to get Iron Brew?
Yes, you can.
Let me try.
It's Iron Brew, dude.
I can almost reach.
It's the
Oh, I
blue
can
of
reach.
iron, and I did the same thing again. What did I? Oh my god.
If I ever told you I was proud of you, I lied.
Like,
In fact, I didn't lie completely. I am occasionally proud of you. Apparently, Eddie Izzard has criticised Nigel Farage for using Monty Python quotes.
well, he's Eddie Izzard. He's very political these days.
Did you hear that hissing?
Yes. But Nigel Farage is an absolute twat.
Yes.
I can't believe he's been taken half seriously. He's an absolute joke.
There's a lot of folk like that who I just can't believe are even like considered in the public. Like there's him, that fucking what's her name? Katie Hopkins.
Yeah, she's a weird one where she says all these awful things because it gets her publicity, and people give her that. But it's like, if you just ignored her, she wouldn't be anything. But like, the media can't ignore her. That's the problem.
Like some of the things she says though are so out of line that like it's not even about the getting her popularity. It's about the fact that one person should not like. I'm gonna check just now how many followers she has on Twitter.
Because like, people will follow on Twitter just to see what she says next.
But that's the point. Like there are some people who like side with her as well. Like she's got over 500,000 followers. And like one thing she said was basically she said that like depression and stuff was just people begging for attention.
Bullshit.
And I was like, I sat there, I was like, I've been diagnosed with it. And I was sat there like, you can't fucking just sit there and tell me that like she seems to pigeonhole it down into one thing as well, which is just the general feeling of being upset. And it's like, you can't sit there and tell me that you think you know what it is. And it's like, she acts like she's so fucking high and mighty. She's stupid as hell, for one thing.
Yeah, she's an absolute...
She doesn't like people... She doesn't like people who name their kids after places, and she's got a fucking daughter called India.
Yeah, I was about to mention that, actually.
And then she, like, acts all high and mighty about people's relationships. It's like, well, you got caught fucking another man in a field.
Yeah, because she was upset with Danny Dyers because his girlfriend proposed to him. It's like, there's nothing wrong with that. This is the 21st fucking century.
She's so stuck in such medieval ways of thinking, and yet she wants to act like she's some sort of, like, hero for people. And it's like, no, you're just a fucking shit-stirring prick. Like, I don't get it. Like, I get that, like, a lot of TV companies and that'll take her on simply for the shock factor and knowing that people will watch.
Yeah.
But if I owned a TV, like, station or, like, channel or a company that made TV stuff, if I ever found out she was being invited onto my show, not only would I ban her from it, I wouldn't even, like, whoever's idea it was to suggest that she came on would be fired. Because I would not want to give her the airtime where she could spread that kind of shit to an audience. Like, if you look at the last thing she tweeted, I'm gonna just... The last thing she tweeted was, there are no children of poverty, there are just crap parents who make poor decisions. Acrylics over a father, phones over food.
The fuck?
Does she really believe that there are not people living in poverty? I mean, I don't even mean in this country or America or something, but like fucking any country ever. Is she really that fucking stupid? Do you see that she did a thing where, like, she tried to prove, like, she said that she gained and lost 3.5 stone to prove fat people are just lazy?
Yeah, she did that. Yeah, it was a series, yeah.
Like, she can't just say that fucking fat people are lazy, because some folk have no fucking choice in that.
But the thing is, like, what she doesn't understand is that, poor people struggle to buy, you know, good food because they're like being like, I'm not saying that the family is poor, but like we're trying to be smart with our money. And the type of food that we buy is like processed and all that. So that kind of food is all like long lasting food, and also like processed shite is going to be shit for us compared to fruit and veg. Yes, obviously, but some people, that's all they can fucking afford. And for those people, they have, like, it's not a choice.
Plus, who the fuck should feel bad about their fucking weight? Like, fair enough, if you're overweight to the point where it's a danger to you, that's a problem. If you're just a bit overweight and you like to eat a certain kind of thing, who the fuck cares?
Not me.
Like, looking at me, I am ridiculously thin. I couldn't care less what other people think. Like, that's who I am. Like, that's how I am. Like, I eat 3 times a day at least, sometimes a lot more, which is really bad because I really should put on weight, but I don't know where it goes. I think it all goes into my hair because my hair grows really long. But, like, looking at you compared to me, like, if someone was to turn around and say you could take on, like, Stuart's body size and, like, you wouldn't have your own, I'd do it. I'd be like, fuck it, I don't care. Like, if they said, like, either your family dies or you become, like, as tall and, like, as the same weight as Stuart for a month, I'd do it. Like, I wouldn't care if I looked bigger than I am now or smaller than I am now. I don't care if someone else looked bigger than they are now or smaller now. Like, the whole, like, facade that you have to be, like, athletic and muscular or something like that is just so much bullshit. It's like, folk like her shouldn't be allowed to put their opinion anywhere.
No.
Because then she makes other people feel like they're not right for being who they are.
But it's like, I'm a big man, I'll admit that. Like, I like my food.
Nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. But, like, I don't care about losing weight. I would, like, be happy losing weight? Yeah, sure, but it's not something that's...
You're not going out of your way to make that happen because you don't feel the need to change who you are. It's like another thing she put on Twitter. It is un-Islamic to vote. Far better to make your voice heard with Semtex and an AK-47.
Bullshit.
I would, if someone turned around to me and said that she'd been shot and killed, I would not feel even the slightest bit of remorse. I make it sound like I would do it. What's the word I'm thinking of? I wouldn't feel any sadness.
No, but it's like... That's not helping the whole thing with Islam. Like, they're... As a religion, there's nothing wrong with them. It's just, like... There is extremists, but there's also extremist Christians, there's also extremist Buddhists.
Mm-hmm. Every religion has an extremist.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with the religion itself, it's just that some people within that religion get the wrong message, basically. Like, most religions are all about peace.
Yeah. And it's not a case of mine's is better than yours, so I'll kill you to prove that. Like, who was it? There was someone who said, like, I think it was, maybe it was Neil deGrasse Tyson? Or maybe it was someone else, like, you know, one of these people who, like, doesn't believe in God.
Yeah.
He was like, because he's a man of science, he was like, if science proves God exists, I'll put my hands up and admit that I was wrong. But he's like, I also wouldn't look down on anyone who believed in it, because their beliefs are theirs, and I'm no one to tell them that they're wrong.
Exactly.
And it's like, how can a man of such, like, fantastic intelligence have more reasoning and, like, because you'd imagine that someone who devotes their life to sciences which prove things without a doubt would have, like, very little leeway for things that are physically impossible to prove, such as the existence of a god. And yet he can sit there and be like, if you believe in God, Buddha, Vishnu, anything, you are correct and that is right. Whereas she's like, everything I say is right, nothing else. It's like, no. In fact, anything she says, I would be more inclined to go in the opposite direction of believing. I lost the audio for this call again.
Nope.
Oh, good.
I'm in serious time because it's
Tough bit.
Yeah, this level is
I just clicked onto Skype and just saw Flanye West and nearly shit. So I'm just scrolling through her Twitter and, like,
it's a
one thing
dangerous
I really
game.
love doing is, like, find when she's voiced some retarded ass opinion, and then you click on it, and look at what people have said into like in reply to it. So if I find one about depression, that's usually a good one.
I should point out, I didn't, like, for anyone watching this, I didn't just commit suicide there. I tried to do a trick and it didn't work.
Oh, you're on one of these levels.
Yeah.
So apparently she sides with Nigel Farage as well. God.
Thing is, like, Nigel Farage, like, UKIP are not going to get many seats in the general election, but because he gets so much publicity, people seem to think that that's a real danger. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Like, even, like, the most optimistic opinion polls for UKIP still only give them about 9 seats, which is fuck all, considering there's 650 in the UK.
Yeah, but still, they shouldn't be given any, because they're all a bunch of racists.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I know that all of politics is basically just a big lie to cover up the fact that we actually have no control or say over what goes on, but I'd rather, like, they didn't let people who are basically trying to incite hatred and war be a part of it anyway. But, like, where's the... where's the thing that she said about it being, like, not a real thing? There we go. She said, most depression is just genuine sadness at a social situation, like being caught in torrential rain with a bag from Primark.
Right, first of all, there's nothing wrong with Primark. They sell some pretty cool shirts.
They do!
Like, someone posted a picture, like, they've got, like, a Sonic the Hedgehog Green Hill Zone shirt I really fucking want. But, yeah, that's not the point. Like, what's Primark got to do with anything?
No idea. But, like, one person said, if depression was fake, then millions of people would still be alive.
Yeah.
Someone said, no, what you're describing is being pissed off. Depression is an actual mental illness where you have a chemical imbalance that you have no control over.
True.
Someone put, most of the time Katie Hopkins is a stupid bitch like her entire family tree.
Oh, I got to a checkpoint finally.
Don't equate genuine sadness at reading your tweets with depression, however, your ignorance at mental health is startling. Which is true. It's like, say, like, for example, like, you read that and, like, you were one of these people who's never had to deal with someone with depression or never had to, like, be around it. If you believed what she said, you'd already have the incorrect view of how to deal with that kind of mental scenario with someone. It's like, people like her should not be allowed anything. Like, for what she said, like, she honestly should she should probably be arrested for some of the things that she said to
Well,
people.
like, someone reported her to the police recently.
Yeah, hopefully, like, they come down on her and be like, look, you, fucking enough of your pish. Because that would be nice. I don't know, it's just... She annoys me to a degree that I never thought humanly possible.
But that's what her entire career bases on, so...
Yep, which is really annoying.
Yep.
Like, I don't... Like, who at TV thought that was a good idea?
Well, the worst part is, like, she got famous for being on The Apprentice, which has nothing to do with anything she talks about.
No. Like, she's one of these people who got famous for something and then let the fame get to her and then became something else.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm in slight serious time here.
That's alright. Like, there are a lot of famous people who are very much against the kind of shit she says, which is good because, like, who is it who I know really doesn't like her? I know Stephen Fry is, he's pretty much against her.
Well, that's because, like, Stephen Fry's, logical gentleman.
He's also gay, and I'm pretty sure she has something against that too, no doubt.
Probably, but...
She put ginger babies, like a baby, just so much harder to love.
Like, if I had a ginger baby, like, I'd be like, first of all, neither me or anyone I'm having a relationship with has ginger genes. What the fuck? How dare she cheat on me?
I may have put some of my blood into your blood, and now your children will be ginger.
Fuck. But it's like, I don't, like, I will love my, if I ever have children, and I shouldn't.
I do not want kid.
It's not so much I don't want, I just shouldn't have. But I would love him no matter what, like, that's the whole point of being a parent.
Yeah.
Also,
Well,
Bucky is right, Stephen Fry is a manic depressive.
Yep.
He has, unfortunately, had a few suicide attempts.
Like, so she was bragging about how she has, like, 540,000 followers. Look at Stephen Fry, one of the main people against her. 9.2 million. So, if it were to come down to, like, a vote, where, like, does Katie Hopkins get to speak again? This one man could outdo her by 18 times.
Yeah.
And he is honestly one of the most lovable people in the world. Which is quite worrying as well, because have you ever noticed how it's usually, like, the most lovable people that after they die, people start making accusations about them?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm willing to bet that after Stephen Fry dies, someone will come out and say that he did something that he didn't.
Yeah.
I know Patrick Stewart doesn't like her either, and I think that's just brilliant.
Like, you're not gonna argue against fucking Captain Picard, are you?
Nope.
Or
Plus, he's
Professor
like a huge
X.
advocate for everyone.
Well, like, his best friend is a gay man.
I honestly think sometimes they would make the most adorable couple.
They fucking would.
But it's like, from Patrick Stewart, you could literally pan off onto 99% of other famous people. Like, he's good friends with George Takei, because obviously, like, Star Trek and stuff like that. So Patrick Stewart has 1.7 million, George Takei 1.6. So say they were different people. That's already like 3 million odd people. So say both of them were to tweet out like say something against this woman. That's like, we'll say on average 2 million. Say Stephen Fry reads that. That goes up to like 10 or 11 million. And then from them, they also follow Ian McKellen. So that's another at least 1.9 million people found. At that point, they've already outdone her that much. And it's like, I know they obviously can't turn around and be like, don't speak to this person, like boycott them completely, because some people will follow her to the ends of the earth because they're stupid. But it's like, I would honestly love for one day for one of these people to turn around and just turn everything they have on her and be like, look, get the fuck away, because all you are is like horrible and basically just a waste of human existence.
Well, like, her power would be diminished if everyone ignored her, but the problem is she says things that are designed to grab headlines. And it's like, I'm in this weird position where, like, obviously I'm a journalism student, so
Yeah.
like, Would I ignore what she says? No, because what she says actually, unfortunately, sells.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean I believe in what she says. It's just...
Well, like, the kind of thing I want to go into is shit like animating and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of that now is based around the internet. And if you look at, like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of an animator that I know quite well. So say, like, for example, you go to... fucking we'll say... Kerry Shawcross. He animates shit like Ruby and Red versus Blue.
Yeah.
So, he works for Rooster Teeth. So then you got Rooster Teeth. Now you got everyone who works at Rooster Teeth. Yeah, you're not doing very good at this. Like,
this is my bogey level.
Oh, is this the one?
Yeah.
Like, you've got everyone from Rooster Teeth then who, obviously, like, if they're your friend, would side with you if you were to say something. So if there was one person, like, say Katie Holmes was to turn around and be like, oh, depression
Katie
isn't
Holmes.
Real. Oops, Katie Hopkins, not Katie Holmes.
Yeah, Katie Holmes seems to be like a nice lady.
Yeah, she does. I didn't mean to accidentally tie those two together. It's like,
Don't
say
sue us.
if I was in his position and I was like, oh, like, she came out and said depression isn't real, and I turned around and was like, well, here we go, and then make an animation about how depression is actually a genuine thing and how people really do have it. Like, if you upload that onto their YouTube channel, which so I'm just gonna take a bit of scrolling. They currently have how many subscribers? Oh, fuck's sake, I've got to go to the about button. 8 million. So say you were to upload a video there of your animation that, like, basically proves that depression is a real thing. The worst part is that the more attention your video gets, the more attention she does too.
Yeah.
Like, they have 3 billion views in total, and none of them are aimed at her at all. But, like, if you were to make one video that gives her more attention, it's like... she basically thrives off of being a pain for everyone else.
I was gonna say, like, ignoring is the biggest tool of all. Because, like, if no one was interested in what she said, the media won't give a shit. Like, we would just be like, fuck off. We're not gonna put us...
I just hate that people agree with her, that's the worst point.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna game over in this game for the first time in about 5 years.
Nah, you'll be fine.
No, I won't.
You'll be fine.
No, I won't.
I believe in you.
No, you shouldn't.
I'm believing so hard in you right now.
Well, that's just... you shouldn't... This is honestly a level I need about, like, 20 lives in. I have 6.
Oh, you've got 7 from where I am at the moment.
Well, I just...
oh, wait, nope.
Yeah.
You leapt right onto the spikes.
Yep, I did. Oh, to be fair, I don't normally play this game, you know, while in a state of merriment.
True. But that shouldn't change anything.
It changes a lot.
It should make you stronger.
No. I'm, like, you haven't drunk in a while, have you? It does not make you stronger.
2.5 years, I think.
I thought it was longer than that.
No, I don't think so. Stronger.
It does not make you stronger. It makes you think you're stronger. It doesn't actually make you stronger. Right. Oh my god!
I know, right?
You know who I blame for this?
What?
Poor performance. Katie fucking Hopkins.
Yep, it's our fault.
Yeah, totally.
This stream not endorsed and or sponsored by Katie Hopkins at all.
No. But Katie Holmes on the other hand, thumbs up.
Yes, definitely.
Loved you in Dawson's Creek. No, she wasn't in Dawson's Creek, was she?
Pass.
I think she was either in Dawson's Creek or Roswell. Most likely Dawson's Creek, actually. Now that I think about it.
Yeah. So off of a subject about that, do you know what I really hate?
No.
That feeling you get when you think you've beaten a level, or you think you've beaten a game, another level, and you're only halfway through the game.
Are you speaking of something specific, Dale?
Oh, you did. Let me. I don't know if I can think of a game where that actually happened. Have you ever played Hotline Miami?
I have, yes.
Like I was playing that game once, like ages and ages ago,
Yeah,
just on
yeah.
my own, sat in my room, and like got to the final chapter, and it was called Final Chapter, and I beat the boss in one go. And then it was like, oh, surprise, chapter 16, and then it really annoyed me, because fuck you, it's final chapter.
Yeah. Like, I knew that was the halfway point, but I didn't want to say anything because, you know, spoilers and all that.
Why would they not say, by the way, this is the halfway point, but here's some major plot stuff. But no, they had to lie. So, something I actually enjoy, and I'm actually going to type it into chat for Bucky as well.
Alright. My fucking god.
Okay, so the question was, do you think that games nowadays are getting easier and losing some of their appeal by trying to be set in a mainstream fashion?
Like, games are definitely getting easier, but I think the main, issue with that is because, like, when games were harder, renting games was more of a thing. So obviously they wanted people to rent the game over and over again, so they made it harder to make it obviously harder to beat the game, so they'd have to rent the game to see the rest of it. But nowadays, like, buying the game is more common. So the idea is that they want people to see what they've made rather than setting a challenge.
Yeah. It's like, one of the most difficult but fun games I've ever played was Super Meat Boy.
Yeah.
And that game punishes you if you fuck up a tiny little bit. But it's really rewarding to beat a level because you feel like you actually achieved something. And it didn't need, like, super fantastic HD graphics. Like, you could play that shit on potato settings and it would still look good enough. And it's like, I never beat the game because it was really, really tough. But the point I got up to, I was quite happy with, because I was like, there are people who've given up before me, there'll be people who get past me. But it felt like I was achieving something through difficulty. Same as things like Dark Souls. Like, it's a game that's designed to be tough. And it annoys me that there now has to be a special branch of games that are, like, specifically made to be tough, like Dark Souls and Bloodborne are. Like, they're known for their notoriety for being difficult to beat. And it's like, looking at most of the games that are coming out just now, like all the big name games like Battlefield and Call of Duty and that, I find no difficulty in playing them at all. Like, I could pick that game up, breeze through the entire campaign, put the game down and not play it again. Whereas, like, going back to games like Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, stuff like that, stuff where, like, you had to build something, like, you had to build your team by winning, you had to make the right choices for what you wanted, all that kind of thing. That made it feel more rewarding to beat it, and I hate that most games now are, like, pushed into their own little corner, away from every other game, because every other game is too easy compared to it.
Yeah, I can see. Like, I know for me, I'm not a big fan of really difficult games because I'm not very good at games.
Yeah.
But if a game's too easy, I do find, like, a bit of difficulty makes a game less boring.
Yeah.
But I personally, I've so many games that I don't have the time to learn a Dark Souls or a something like that. Like Super Meat Boy, I can accept because I always know what I've done to fuck up.
Yeah.
When I
Whereas with games like
played,
Dark Souls, like if you come up against a boss, you have to find out what his weaknesses are
yeah,
by fighting him, which is not fair.
like the one time I played Demon Souls, like I got completely fucked up. Like, and then I was like, oh, I was supposed to fuck up. And
Yeah.
then the next time I got fucked up, I was like, what the fuck happened there? And it's like, I don't know what I did wrong. But it's like, I really want to play those games because they seem like really good games, but I'm just not good at difficult games at all.
Like, there've been some games, like I mentioned before, like the Telltale games and Life is Strange, where there's no real difficulty in the gameplay. The difficulty comes in having to make the decisions in the game. So you have to pick like A or B.
Fuck.
And the difficulty comes in being told, like, you know what the consequences of what your character says or does. And it's like, well, like, the difficulty there is, like, you're being given two paths, and you don't want to pick either option. You have to pick which one you feel is the lesser of the two evils. But then you get a game like Dark Souls where the difficulty comes in, like, having to repeat something until you get it right.
Yeah.
And then you get other games where games like The Impossible Game, which is the same kind of thing but in a different style, where it's like repetition until you get it down. Then you got difficult games like skill-based ones, where it's all down to like split-second timing and reactions.
A game
so,
over.
Like rhythm games. Damn. Keep going. I believe in you.
But the problem is, like, the last time I streamed this game, I didn't game over whatsoever. This is bullshit.
And now you are. Like, those games like Pokemon can be quite difficult if you set yourself the challenge to make it difficult. So, like, only using a certain type of Pokemon throughout the whole game would make itself difficult because there'll be situations where you're put at a disadvantage. Then you got games like I don't know, like the Tony Hawk. No, Tony Hawk definitely didn't play golf. Tiger Woods golfing games were like,
or as it's known, it's going to be known from now on, the Rory McIlroy PGA Tour.
Yeah, because Tony Hawk isn't really that great anymore.
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods is not good anymore.
There is going to be a new Tony Hawk game this year, apparently.
Ooh. Like Guitar Hero, that was a game of skill and timing. So like rhythm games, you have to have skill in that. And,
but on the flip side, I always thought Rock Band was better because it was more inclusive.
Yeah. So it was like
it depends on the type of game.
Yeah, like every game has its own way of making itself more difficult. But like if you look at the big mainstream games now, they're all the same thing, just with different looks about them. And like anyone can, like, they're designed that anyone can pick them up and play them, so they'll get the maximum range of people to play it. So like you'll have parents, kids, friends, and all that all playing the same game. And for some games like Super Smash Brothers and stuff like that, that's fine and that works, and that's Nintendo's way of doing it, and that's how Nintendo have always been. But then you get companies like Activision and that, which just pump out games that are like no different from the one that came out, before it. But their fans are so like brainwashed into believing that it's different each time that they'll fight to defend it.
Yeah.
It's like, you're literally, like, I won't lie, I enjoyed the storyline in every single Call of Duty game that I've played so far, because the story writing in it is really good. And like, sure, it's not stellar, groundbreaking, spectacular gameplay all the time, but it's fun to like, get to know the characters. Like, my favourite character in all the Call of Duty games is Captain Price. And like, his whole thing with Soap McTavish and Modern Warfare, and that was brilliant, and I loved it. But the multiplayer is literally just the same thing every time you go in. It's just a different person doing the same thing as someone else. Like, you get that one guy who no-scopes you across the map because he's making a montage on YouTube. 8 people running around with submachine guns because they're overpowered and kill you faster than they should. All that kind of stuff. The game is really boring. But then someone's like, oh, why don't you play Battlefield? That's a real man's game. That's like better than this. So you go and play Battlefield. You get the guy lying in a bush 9 miles away with a sniper rifle who never misses a shot. You get the 8 people hoarding all the fucking vehicles as much as they can and flying around you with jets. And it's like, well, it's different, yeah. But it's still the same as the last Battlefield game I played because their formula doesn't change either. And I suppose for games like FIFA and that, it's fine because they're not supposed to be different because it's football and you can only really play football one way, and that's by going by the rules of football.
Yeah.
but I don't play sports games, so like technically they don't exist to me. But it's like looking at Kingdom Hearts. Like I'm sorry, I keep going back to this, but it's a really good example. Kingdom Hearts 1 was a very like simple game.
Yeah.
Like at the start, you choose: do you want to prioritize strength, like melee, magic, or defense? And then after that, you get to pick which of the other. Like say you picked melee, you have to pick one of the other two, which will be lore. So you've got high stat, neutral stat, and low stat. And then after that, you go in, you fight things, level up, get stronger, learn more magic and stuff, and that's it. Come Kingdom Hearts 2, they added more in. Gave it more story, more depth, more ways to do things, more enemies to fight. Then you get Birth by Sleep and all that, everything's different again. Then you get Kingdom Hearts 3D, and there's a whole new control system. Well, I say a whole new control system. Like, the game controls differently because there's command decks and stuff. And there's new attacks to use. If you press Y, you'll like dodge roll, and if you come up to a wall, you'll kick off the wall and do a flow motion attack. If there's a certain large enemy and you jump into them, you'll spin around them and draw every other enemy, and then you can hit them all away. And you also get, like, attacks based on the level you're in. So that changed the entire formula again, which has then been taken over to 3, which is being made again differently. So they've evolved with the time and like things they could do with the time and like what they knew. Now you look at Call of Duty and it's literally just first person, you have a gun, shoot the enemies, win. And it's like, well, the story is good, but the gameplay's terrible. But then you look at games like Final Fantasy, where the gameplay doesn't need to be like explosions and fireworks every 30 seconds. Like, I dare say even you'd agree, sometimes Final Fantasy can be boring, like in its play. Like if you were to take the story away and just think of it as what it is, which is a big grind fest, it'd be boring as fuck. But it engages you enough with the story that you don't mind going out and grinding like various mobs to get more experience, to level up, to learn a new skill or whatever.
Well, it's like with Final Fantasy VIII, like I say, I 100%ed it a couple of weeks back. And like, because I enjoy the game so much that I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
But I also, like, that comes from years of, like, exporting the game. Like, I know how to break that game to my own demands.
Yeah, like, you could play that game in 9 or 10 different ways, still achieve the same end result, but it wouldn't ever feel the same.
Yeah.
And it's like Bucky was saying in the chat, he's like,
I thought Deadpool was going to be N17.
Nope, they've said that it looks like it's going to be PG just now.
Well, I thought, like,
they said it's subject to change. It may change to rated R.
Yeah. I don't know why I said N17.
Like Bucky was saying, similar to movies, big studios make films for the broadest demographic possible. So it's mostly PG stuff, so everyone can watch it to get the most money. But it's like, I don't know, I don't get, like, I know obviously not every company can make their own brand new unique game that's not been done before and is like, oh, they made an announcement video, sweet. So it's definitely an R-rated film. That's good. That's what they needed.
Yeah.
It's like it's not even like Marvel haven't made R-rated movies before. Like they made Blade, and that shit was violent as fuck.
Well, it's not going to be Marvel making it. It's going to be whoever owns the X-Men franchise, I think.
But like, you know what I mean? Like companies like that aren't immune to making R-rated films.
Yeah.
But like, the thing about games is like it's such like I get that some games obviously you're not going to have like huge, massive, explosive gameplay and storyline all the time. Like, there'll be shit like Crash Bandicoot. You know, you don't need too much of a story. It's just the fun gameplay you've got. And then vice versa.
I'm not finding it very fun right now.
Okay, there's occasional fun. But, like, then you get games like, I don't know, what's a really game with, like, shit like Professor Layton. You know, like, you don't really do much in that game except solve puzzles, but the story keeps you in.
Yeah.
And, shit like Life is Strange, The Walking Dead, all the Telltale stuff. It's all story, and you're kept there by the story and the acting. Then there's some games like, again, Kingdom Hearts, which is both that keep you in there. And then like, I don't know why games like obviously it's because of money, but I don't see why like games companies feel the need to make very bland, samey like stuff all the time.
It's because AAA titles have become very expensive to develop, so they need to So they go with the safest option to make as much money as possible to recoup their losses and make a profit. And that's why indie games have become so popular. I think is because like AAA titles are struggling to do anything new, so people are turning to indie games to get their fix of. Because like Life is Strange is technically an indie game, but it's published by Square.
Mm-hmm.
And
Bucky's got the announcement video in chat for anyone that wants to watch it.
But yeah, like, this is because AAA titles are costing so much to make these days. And
yeah.
I actually have a fear that eventually the cost of AAA titles is going to go so massive that it's just... Not so much the gaming, like, industry is going to crash or anything. That's not going to happen, but, like...
Yeah.
We're just not going to get the... Like, honestly, the only AAA title I can think of that would, like, guarantee to make a profit would be Grand Theft Auto. And maybe Call of Duty, I suppose.
Like, me and Sam have spoken about it a lot. Like, games like that will always sell a lot because they have a reputation of being good. Like, Saints Row and GTA will always sell well. Call of Duty obviously will always sell well because they have that massive base audience.
But like GTA, let's not forget, made $1 billion before it launched.
Well, that was like subjective.
Yeah, but it's like no other game's ever done that.
No, like they definitely outdid everyone else at the time.
Yeah. Let's not forget, like, oh for fuck's sake, like GTA 5 was a technical marvel. Like it was technically it was a fantastic game. I have some issues with certain aspects about it. Like people complain about the misogyny, and it is true. Like they've never ever been able to do a proper strong female character.
No.
But then again, they've never been able to do a very good male character, so...
No, they're all very stereotypes, or
yeah.
In the case of Trevor, polar opposite of their stereotypes.
But it's like, the reason, like, people love Trevor...
He's the exact kind of game character that everyone needed.
Yeah. He is like, the way I describe the three main characters of Grand Theft Auto 5 is like, Franklin is the guy, is the type of guy who will do nothing but the missions in GTA.
Yeah.
Michael would be the type of guy who, I have no idea about Michael, but Trevor would be the guy who'd fuck around, do the tank cheat, and just blow everything up.
Yeah.
Like,
and then...
Yeah.
Fucking Trevor.
That's what I'm saying, Trevor would be the guy who'd do the tank cheat and blow everything up. I don't know about Michael, like, Michael's will be the iffy one. Like, if Michael would be the guy who would 100% GTA. The guy who would do all the taxi driver missions and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, like, no, for fuck's sake. I might need to give up and crash soon, by the way.
That's alright. Like, what was I gonna say? Yeah, like, these companies all have a base audience that is very large, so they know when they sell something. Like, they're in a very, very precarious position in that if they put something out that is terrible, they'll lose that audience, like Assassin's Creed has had.
It's like
a lot of their audience is gone now.
Yeah, but it's like with Square Enix, like, a lot of people thought they'd go under because a lot of their games underperformed.
Yeah, especially Final Fantasy 13.
It was less Final Fantasy 13, more Hitman Absolution, actually.
I really liked Absolution.
Like,
I love that game.
A fair amount of people did, but it was the fact that it sold a lot less than they were expecting.
Yeah, and then there was obviously like Final Fantasy 13, like Final Fantasy is their big name aside from Kingdom Hearts. And when 13 didn't do well, like that obviously hit them bad, then Absolution just made it worse. Me and Sam have like come to the conclusion that if Final Fantasy 15 doesn't sell as well as they think it will, they're in trouble. But Final Fantasy 15 and Kingdom Hearts 3 could well put them back at the top of gaming again. because the following behind both series is absolutely massive. And like, there is no doubt when Final Fantasy 15 comes out, millions of people are going to buy it, and there's no doubt that when Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, probably more people will buy it because the wait's been even longer.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, when was... For people who just played the basic, like, Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 2...
Kingdom Hearts 2 came out 10 years ago.
2005, so it's been 10 years since that. So, if you hadn't even played the other games, that is a long wait. Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance came out in March, I think, 2012? So that's already 3 years without a Kingdom Hearts game. Kind of. Not including the remixes and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think the remakes have like come to pass the time between for 3.
Yeah. So basically, Kingdom Hearts 3 is now their big thing. Like, obviously not including Final Fantasy, but like in that series.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 3 is like the hype around. Oh, pardon me. The hype around that game is ridiculous, especially in people like me who really love it. And it's like, I know it's coming out on what, the PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to actually get one of those fucking systems in order to play this game.
Oh, I finally reached a checkpoint, by the way.
Oh, good. So, like, in order, it goes Birth by Sleep, then Kingdom Hearts 1, then Chain of Memories, 358 over 2 days, Kingdom Hearts 2, Coded, Dream Drop Distance, then 3.
Yeah.
Or, for people who just played the normal games, Kingdom Hearts, then 2, then 3.
Yeah.
And they said that you could play 1, 2, then 3, and it would be a long flowing story. Or you could play from Birth by Sleep down to 3, and it would be a much deeper story. And the best part is, if you were to do that, not only would you have to play various different fucking... Like, they've got games on Sony consoles and Nintendo consoles. And now the Xbox as well. Like, this one game series has covered all of the fucking... the gaming market. They've got the 3DS, they've got the PSP, the PlayStation, the Xbox. Like, they've got their hand in every fucking company. So they're basically...
So many pies their hands are in.
Exactly. What baker made all these pies?
Mrs. Bond.
Well, basically, like, say you were to go back to Kingdom Hearts 1. I'm pretty sure that was only on PlayStation 1.
PlayStation 2.
That's what I meant.
And also technically PS3 now, with the HD.
Yeah, well, like, if you were to go back to the original one when it first came out, that was just PlayStation 2. So only people who had a PlayStation 2 could play that game. Which, to be fair, was everyone, because everyone had a PlayStation 2.
Yeah, PS2 is the biggest selling console of all time.
Exactly. So now if you look at it, everyone either has a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One who plays, like, consoles. Like, pretty much everyone has one of those two now. Or at least will. So if you put your game out on there, those two, on their own...
Oh my god!
Stop dying, Stuart.
No.
Like, those two, they're what you need your game to be on in order for it to sell.
Yeah.
But then if you think back to their other games, like, you've got the 3DS, you've got the PlayStation Portable, like, they've got, like, there'll be some people who couldn't afford a PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4 or an Xbox 360 or an Xbox One, so their parents got them a 3DS. There's a Kingdom Hearts game for that. Or if your parents couldn't even afford that and they get you a second-hand PSP, there's a Kingdom Hearts game for that. And the thing is, all these games can be played on their own and they don't need the others to give you the story, because it tells you them. And like, Birth by Sleep could be, it's the first in the series, it doesn't have a backstory, it is the start of the series.
Yeah.
So if you've only got a PSP, there's a game for that. And after that you could be like, where did this come from? Play
No, if
Kingdom
you only
Hearts
have a
1.
PSP, I feel sorry for you, son.
True, because you could have got a PlayStation 2, and then got 2 games from that.
Or, you know, got a console that's actually good.
Hey, the PlayStation Portable and the PlayStation 2 were both very good.
Like, the PSP has good games, but the actual console's garbage.
The console was pretty crap.
Yeah. Like, I got a PSP mainly for Peace Walker, but I also got Birth by Sleep, and I hate it. That's why I basically waited until Birth by Sleep was ported over.
It Birth by Sleep, I was going to disown you. Or did you mean that you hated...
I hated the console.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like... The thing about the Kingdom Hearts series as well is, like... The story is really deep and intricate. But there's also like, yeah, sure, they have a lot of Disney characters, but they also made up a lot of their own characters.
Yeah.
And also like the music in it, which is all done by Yoko Shimomura. A lot, like, people can replicate. I've seen a thing where it's like somebody made a Frozen soundtrack for the Kingdom Hearts game, so you know it has that Kingdom Hearts sound.
Yeah.
It has its own unique sounding soundtrack that if you make your own one, people can tell where it's from. And it's like now they're branching out to another demographic of people, and they're changing.
I beat the level.
I'm so proud of you right now.
It is after 2:30 in the morning. I'm quite inebriated, and I just beat the hardest level in the game.
There you go. You've achieved the pinnacle of Easter. But like the only thing I was gonna say about that is like I hate how this one company like can do this with like one of their biggest assets.
Yeah.
And yet there are other companies that like just seem to think we can just shovel out the same crap and people will buy it and we'll take their money.
But that's the thing, like, I think the PS2 era was the last era that especially big publishers tried unique things with.
Definitely. Oh, sorry, I forgot that Kingdom Hearts has also been on the mobile phone, the Nintendo DS, and the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, because Coded was on the Japanese mobile market, and then when they ported it to America... Yeah.
Yes, isn't it?
Yeah. And all the cutscenes are available on the PS3, but not the actual game itself, because people didn't really like the game, actually.
Yeah. I mean, like...
Same with 358 over 2 days. The cutscenes are available in the first 1.5 HD remake, but the game itself isn't, because it wasn't well received.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about, like, that's another, like, actually proves your point a bit more, is that the fact that they tried a bunch of stuff and some of it didn't work, but they're still able to survive.
Yeah, like, they made games that didn't work as well as their flagship game. Like, Kingdom Hearts, I don't know, actually, I don't know which one sold the most. I think Kingdom Hearts 1 sold really well.
Yeah, I think 2 did really well, though, as well.
Like, I won't lie, you know the start of Kingdom Hearts 2 where you're playing as Roxas?
Yeah. Oh, that sucks.
The first time you play it, that shit is amazing. Second time, you notice a few more things, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Not as amazing, but still good. Third time onwards, you're just like, fucking get out of the
Like,
game already, Roxas.
The first time you play through Twilight Zone is not fun.
No.
Because... you, like, especially when you know what's going to happen next, and it's just like...
Yep. There is no, like, plot twist anymore that you don't know, and you're like, oh. In 2005, Kingdom Hearts 1 was one of the top-selling PlayStation 2 titles of all time in North America. By October 2013, it sold more than 20 million units worldwide. Let's go and see what Kingdom Hearts 2 got, because that was the first Kingdom Hearts game, so I'll check 2 now. I think 2 might actually be their biggest seller in the Kingdom Hearts.
See, I would have said it 2, but after what you just said, I don't feel confident in that anymore.
By 2007, it shipped 4 million units worldwide. So I think 1, well, yeah, it would make sense because it's like the first one. But like 20 million units is a lot for any game.
Yeah.
And they didn't even stick to like one theme. Like they had Disney levels such as like Beauty and the Beast where it looked like that, and then they had the fucking Pirates of the Caribbean one where you were Sora looking like Sora in front of Captain Jack who looked like an actual human being.
It's like my flatmate, because like I introduced my friend to Kingdom Hearts like this time last year, and then we're playing through Kingdom Hearts 2, and my flatmate, like, we got to the Pirates of the Caribbean level, and like my flatmate's like, I understand why they don't treat Sora any different, but like, there's a talking fucking duck, and they're just like, okay with that.
Yeah, like, they're not questioning it, and it's like, it makes sense in that game universe. Like, if you were to put that in another game, you'd be like, what the fuck is going on? But then when it comes to Disney, you're like, I'm used to Donald Duck, I know he is a duck that walks on 2 legs and talks. guess all ducks walk on
Fuck.
2 legs. Actually, that's actually a good joke to tell people. Like, what mouse walks on 2 legs and talks?
Donald Duck.
And then and they'd be like, oh, Mickey Mouse. It's like, what duck walks on 2 legs? Donald Duck. And they say, no, every fucking duck does. But Dream Drop Distance, it sold 200,000 units during August 2012. So in 1 month it sold 200,000. Like, looking at their scores, what did Kingdom Hearts... Well, if we go chronologically, so Birth by Sleep got... The lowest rank it got was a 7 out of 10, which is still really high. It got generally it's to 8.5 out of 10. Kingdom Hearts 1, oh, this is going to be good. 9.5 out of 10, 9 out of 10. The lowest it got, 8 out of 10. Scroll up. And then, which one? Was it Chain of Memories that didn't do as well?
Oh, I'm not a big fan of Chain of Memories.
7.75 out of 10 was the lowest it got. 350 over 2 days. I don't think that one did as well. No, 7.9 out of 10. Kingdom Hearts 2, well, we can already guess what this is going to have, but...
See, I think the thing with 358 over 2 days was a lot of people didn't like it, like, after... a while after it came out.
Yeah.
It's one of those type of games where, like, people hated it after the fact. Same with, like, GTA 4, like, that did, like, really well, and then people stopped liking it.
Once the novelty had worn off.
Yeah. Though I will, like, go to my grave defending GTA 4. I thought it was a really good game. With a very interesting main character, but it was not what people wanted from GTA, and I understand that. Because it was a lot more of a serious story.
Well, like, Coded stands at the moment as their lowest ranking game. Still 70% based on the ratings on Metacritic and shit. Which, you know, I don't really trust them, I trust, like, shit like Nintendo Power gave it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah. Well, Metacritic is just the aggregate of all the scores, so...
Yeah. So, like, generally, their games generally score at least 7 out of 10 upwards. To, like, one of them getting 9.2 out of 10. So, as a company, like, they've got what? 1, 2, 3... They've got 6 games currently, and they're making their 7th. And they have a reputation of making consistently, you know, good games.
Yeah.
And, you know, Final Fantasy has had its up moments and down moments. And, like,
oh, yes.
if they were to make a Kingdom Hearts movie, if it was based off the same shit in the games, that would sell out cinemas, no problem, because of the amount of fans that they have. So if Kingdom Hearts 3 ends up being a bad game and no one likes it, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Like, that could potentially crush, like, Square Enix on its own. Unless, like, in the final moments of that game, Crash Bandicoot comes in and is like, hey, guys, I'm getting my own game again.
Oh, that would be amazing. Like, Sony need to buy the Crash Bandicoot license from Activision.
Damn right.
Because, like, one of the guys most involved in the Crash Bandicoot games was actually one of the main designers of the PS4. And so it's not as if... And also, Naughty Dog still pretty much are Sony exclusive.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're owned by Sony, but I know, like, they're never ever going to make a game not for Sony. So, like...
Definitely not, no.
Just get the license of Crash Bandicoot back and you'll have money. Even, like, make a small game, release it on the PSN, you'll make lots of money.
Exactly. Like, the whole thing of, what is that fighting game that PlayStation made again? Oh, All Stars.
Yeah.
Battle Royale. If they put Crash in there, people would have went nuts.
Yeah.
And if at that point they turned around and been like, so we're thinking of making another Crash Bandicoot game, that would be it. Like, GG 10 out of 10, Sony wins. E3 2017 already in the bag.
Yeah.
And it's like, they're so focused on like shitty IPs that are like recycled crap. And you're like, why don't you go with something that you know will sell a ton?
Well,
Like, sure.
Like with the PlayStation, they seem to have more decent exclusive IPs.
Yeah, they do now. Like, they used to be pretty crap for their exclusives.
Yeah.
There was like a period where their exclusives were immemorable, really. And it's like, well, at least now they're getting on the right sort of path. But, like, you could think of some stuff that, like, if I just go to PlayStation exclusives...
Like, they've got Uncharted, which is their big one at the moment. Oh, fuck. Bloodborne's a PS4 exclusive. Street Fighter 5 is going to be a PS4 exclusive, at least for a while.
Yep, so here's 70 PlayStation 4 console exclusives that come out this year. So there's Jamestown Plus, Deep Down, H1Z1.
What? Wait, what? Why is it sending me back to fucking Slippery Climb?
Have you broken it?
No, I got game over, but it sent me back to... Oh, you fuck off. No.
Did it just break?
No, what happened was, it didn't, like, I didn't get an opportunity to save between Slippery Climb and the level I was on.
Oh, fuck
So,
that.
I am going to play the rest of this game after I stop, after I've had less alcohol in my system.
Yeah.
But carry on with your thoughts. We can turn this into a wee... We can turn it, like, this is basically a video podcast at this point anyway.
Yeah. So, like, you got games like No Man's Sky. That's going to be a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
Grim Fandango Remastered. That's gonna get the PlayStation so much money.
Well, like, it's already out, and it's available on the PC as well.
Yeah. I forgot that. The Order 1886.
Which didn't do as well as I thought, because apparently it's not a very good game. Well, I think they said it was not very long.
But, like, at least they were trying something there.
Yeah.
Hellblade. It's like it's not Heavenly Sword, but it looks pretty much just the same as Heavenly Sword.
Yeah.
What was that game? It was Supermassive were making it. What was that horror game? Hold on, I'm gonna Supermassive. Like, I don't know, this game's probably gonna appear on this list somewhere. But, oh, it was called Until Dawn. Because, like, you know, Supermassive were involved in Killzone and stuff and Little Big Planet.
Oh, right. I knew about Little Big Planet, didn't know about Killzone.
Yeah, they're part of Killzone HD, I think they helped make.
Alright.
So they're making their own horror game now called Until Dawn. Yep, there it is. I scrolled down underneath fucking Soma and there's Until Dawn. Fucking Ratchet and Clank. That's another PlayStation exclusive.
Well, they're rebooting it because there's a movie coming out based on the first game, so they're rebooting the first... Well, they're reimagining the first game.
Yeah. Like you said, Uncharted, that's another exclusive that's like all money. Persona. Fucking Hotline Miami 2 is a PlayStation exclusive.
Well, it's like PS4... Well, Sony tried
It's a timed exclusive.
Yeah, but Sony tried to get the indies on the side and it worked because the Xbox fucked up. But I think a lot of... Like, I think the Microsoft have sort of softened Their stance on the indie game, so a few more... Like, I know Binding of Binding of Isaac's Rebirth is going to be out on the Xbox One eventually.
Yeah, but like Microsoft really screwed them over.
Oh,
Screwed
so
themselves
bad.
over. Fucking Tearaway. That's getting a new game.
Well,
Tearaway
it's
Unfolded.
that's basically just going to be the Vita version, but on the PS4.
Yeah, but like they said that they're not gonna like add some more, like they're gonna change how it controls and they're gonna add some more stuff in,
Yeah, I think so. But
which would make it worth buying on its own.
yeah,
You've got shit like Final Fantasy, that's a PlayStation exclusive.
I doubt
Like
15
10
will be
and
though.
10, well no, 10 and 10 too are though.
Yeah, they're not releasing that for the Xboxes.
There's
Type 0 was a PS4 exclusive though, if I think.
Fat Princess. Hey, you laugh, but Fat Princess was fun.
I never played it.
I played it a little bit, and I know Jack enjoyed it. Helldivers. That's like the top-down shooter game.
Yeah.
Magica. Let It Die. Oh god, I'm so fucking hyped for that game. You know the guy who made Killer 7, No More Heroes, Killer is Dead and stuff?
Suda.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember the E3.
Yeah, do you remember my hype at E3 for that shit?
Yeah.
And then Paperbound, that was a game that looked quite fun. It's like it's a multiplayer, how do they describe it? It's like multiplayer gravity battle arena game. And it takes place within storybooks. How cool is that?
Very.
So like, that's just a few of the PlayStation exclusives. And it's like, PlayStation are on such a roll now. And like, after, like, because I remember the Xbox 360 was the winner. Like, the PlayStation 3 could never really stand up to it.
Well, like, the PS3 started off really slow, but like, towards the end of that generation, it sort of caught up and even surpassed the 360, but overall, the 360 won.
Yeah, overall, like, it was the 360s. It was their time in the limelight. But I love that now, the PlayStation is turning around and being like, okay, well, let's see what you can do this time. And they're really going at it. And, like, they're not even, like, doing shit in a way to sort of, like, you know, sort of cheat votes towards, like, indie game developers and that. Like, they've turned and been like, if you want to use our system, go ahead. Like, they've given indie games and that's such a huge chance. Whereas the Xbox kind of shot themselves in the foot with it. And it's not like PlayStation did that just to win over the Xbox. They're doing it to genuinely, like, give smaller companies a chance to be seen.
Yeah.
So it's like they're not trying to win by, like, doing the right thing. They're winning because they're doing the right thing.
Also, from what I can tell, it looks like Tekken 7 might be a PS4 exclusive at least for a while, as well.
I was thinking, like, for Kingdom Hearts, I won't, like, even if I've got an Xbox One, I won't play Kingdom Hearts 3 on the Xbox One, because aside from Dream Drop Distance and all that, like, the main series, I've never played it on anything but a PlayStation, so it wouldn't feel right not finishing it on a PlayStation. So, for that reason, I'd probably get a PS4.
Yeah.
Like, I know it sounds bad, like, oh, don't get a PlayStation just for one game, but looking at all those exclusives, there's so many there that I want to play. So it's like, why not get the fucking console that they're going to be on? Also, you know, you can, like, play anything you want.
Yeah.
You just, like, stream any game.
But it's like, with the consoles, at least nowadays, like, just get whatever one you want. Like, they're both fairly similar. It's just all about what exclusives you want, really. Like, the only reason I have a PS4 is because my mom got it for me for Christmas.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna get a PS4 anyways, just because I'm a Sony boy.
Are you a Sony strong boy?
Yeah.
I don't
Look,
know.
like, I had a 360, I had a PS3. Towards the end, like, when I got the PS3, the Xbox 360 had no chance. Really.
No.
That's just because for a while, like, the Metal Gear Solid series you can only get on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And I know it's different now, but I can't imagine playing that on any other console. Same with Kingdom Hearts.
Exactly.
Same with Final Fantasy, actually.
like I played Final Fantasy 13 on the Xbox because like I got it for cheap,
Yeah.
and that didn't really bother me. And I don't mind about Final Fantasy 15, but when like obviously it's different for you because you've played Final Fantasy games a lot more than me. But it's like when there's that sort of what am I trying to say? There's almost that sort of like bond you've made where you've been like, I had your system here and I played this game there. Then I had your system later on and played this newer game. Now you've got a new system and a new game. Might as well continue on where you were.
Yeah.
It's like they've been good to their previous loyal customers as well as like remaining good to the new ones. Whereas Xbox seems to just screw up time after time after time. Like when me and Jack went down to London to Eurogamer,
Yeah.
we noticed that the PlayStation folk, like me and Jack were told that we might be queuing for a while in the PlayStation line. We weren't queuing that long, to be honest. And like they gave us lanyards and stuff that said like I tried the PlayStation 4 first, which was really fun because I got to play Killzone.
Mm-hmm.
And like we were sat in the queue and they weren't hyping it up. Like there was videos showing you what games you could play. There were like PlayStation Vitas and stuff like on little stands, so while you were halfway through the queue, you could sit and play that, and then when it was your turn to move on, the guy behind you could play it. And it was really, really cool. Got in there, played some PlayStation games, me and Jack loved it. Then you look over at the Xbox crowd, and they were stood with microphones, shouting, throwing stuff into the crowd, and giving away free stuff to get their audience. It's like, your audience are only there for the free things you're giving them.
Mm-hmm.
The PlayStation people are there because they want to play those games. Like, it was so weird to see how two companies do things so differently. And before that, I was quite a hardcore like Microsoft kind of guy because I had an Xbox and that was the only thing I had at the time. And like obviously I had like my 3DS and stuff like that, but like the Xbox was my go-to thing. So I would have turned around and like stood in defense of the Xbox at that point. Until I saw that and was like, wow, they really only care about like people coming along and being like, hey, give us things and we'll give you our loyalty. And I looked at the fucking PlayStation guys and they were stood there like, oh yeah, that like, I see you're wearing such and such a t-shirt, that's pretty cool. And like they were just stood there talking to folk. And like it made the time in the like queue so short with me and Jack there. Like we were in that queue for I think like half an hour. Could have been in there 10 hours and I wouldn't have noticed. Because like they just made it so easy to talk to them, and it felt like you weren't there to like help them win anything. Like all of you were just there as people who enjoy games.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I lost a lot of respect for Microsoft at that point because they felt the need to like, yeah, woo, hype us, give us your money kind of thing. And it's like, well, that's not really what we're here for. Like we're here to play new games and shit.
But I always felt like out of the two, like Sony and Microsoft, like Sony more so than Microsoft made the PS4 for gamers.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
the thing is, like, it's been long accepted ever since I think the PS1 era that you have to sell your console at a loss to make your money from software.
Yeah.
But I think Microsoft in particular never quite got that memo, especially with the Xbox One.
Yep, definitely.
Which is why the PS4 managed to take such a lead, because they knew that we need to take a loss on our console so people will actually buy it. Yeah. But they also have
money getting back will be better.
They also have more exclusives than Xbox.
Yeah.
So it would be easier for them to make up the money. But no, like, I mean, there's issues with most consoles, but the PS4 seems to be the lesser of the two evils.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it seems like Microsoft are now just a company that focuses on money.
Yeah, because like
PlayStation seems to be based on games.
Like especially with like the Xbox One, and then like they started off with the Kinect, and then we're like, oh, people don't really like the Kinect, so we'll take that out. Like they seem to like, yeah, okay, they responded fans, that's great, but I don't think the reason they did that was noble.
No, they did it because people were threatening to just not buy the console.
Yeah.
So they made, like, I'm pretty sure they probably planned it, They were like, oh, we know people won't be happy. So, obviously, you'll always have the set group of people who will buy anything you sell them. And those people will be the ones who pre-order the Xbox with the Kinect and will pay that money for it. But then you'll have the backup sort of people who'll be like, I don't know if I really want this because you're putting something else with it that I don't want. Then you can act like a good guy and be like, oh, we heard you don't like this, so we're taking it out. Whereas you put it in there deliberately because of that moment where you could say you took it out. Then you got two things to sell. And you can sell the Kinect for slightly more. So if people buy one then the other, they end up giving you more money. But at the same time, you can act like you've done a good thing for your fans by giving them the option without the thing they don't like. It's like, why don't you just sell it without that in the first place? Make it an optional bundle to get it with it. It's like, because people would buy the one that had it with it when it first came out. Because they want to be one of those people who are like, oh, I've got an Xbox One already.
Well, anyway, I need to go to bed.
Yeah, me too. I just realised it's fucking nearly 3 a.m.
Yeah. But thank you very much for joining me. It has been an interesting conversation.
It has. When are you going to stream the rest of this? I say this as in like Crash Bandicoot, obviously, not the rest of our conversation.
Well, we're going to carry on this conversation. I don't know. Either be tomorrow or not until Friday.
If it's not until Friday, that would be cool, because tomorrow I have a few things to do. But if it is tomorrow and I'm doing my things, I'll pop into the chat at some point.
Well,
once I'm done.
Tomorrow I might stream more Beyond Good and Evil because I need to get rid of that game.
Yeah.
So cool. I can let the Wheel of Destiny pick my next game. But
nice.
Yeah. Obviously I'm busy between Tuesday and Thursday, so I'll probably try and finish the Crash on Friday.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for joining me, especially if you're on YouTube and you've stayed on till this long. Well done, you deserve a medal. Yeah, I'll see you in
not endorsed by Katie Hopkins.
Well, the medals have her face on it, actually.
Bitchin'. I need one of those medals.
And you'll wear it on your neck with pride.
Yes.
But until next time, folks, have a good night, have a good day, have a good afternoon, whatever time of day it is, have a good one. Good night, Bucky.
Good night.
Good night, Dale, you said in chat.
Yep. Good night, Stu.
Good night, me. I'm going to click the stop stream button right now.